is we got to talk one more time at least. This will probably be the last time we talk about
One more time.
We got to celebrate. Bill Belichick. We talked about how he snubbed the Giants, but apparently he didn't just snub the Giants. He reached out to the Jets. Have we got to that point, Rob? Are we lower than the Jets?
Oof.
Oh my God.
That's
Bad.
low.
That's really bad if we've gotten lower. Oh my God. You just take your camera off to burp? Like, is that what you just did? Like, oh, I'm about to burp. Let me put my camera off for a moment here.
Whoops.
I think you had the wrong button. I think you made
100%
button. Oh my gosh. Anyway.
Hey, you didn't see me do it.
So that's the reports, though. It's before Bill Belichick took the UNC job, that he apparently reached out to the Jets to see if they'd be interested in him as a head coach there. And like I said, absolutely insane. We are now officially worse than the Jets at least in some regards there. And real quick, guys, we also had to give up and say thank you to Anthony Clemente here with a $9.99 super chat there. Appreciate you very much, man, for supporting the show as always. You're always a very consistent supporter, and like I said, it's not unnoticed and definitely appreciated as well.
Yeah, much appreciated.
A lot of y'all in the chat that support the show on a regular basis as well. So we always say it. This show we built like a little community. It's not just we should change the name from Two Giant Goofballs, just Giant Goofballs. We almost should. If it wasn't all the rebranding and marketing we have to do with that.
Yeah. We need a lot more super chats for that.
We'll have a lot more work, but again, appreciate it. But yeah, I guess the theory was that Bill Belichick was thinking that obviously his age, maybe instead of being a part of a complete rebuild, and we've talked about this in the show, the perfect job for Bill Belichick would have been a job where he could have walked in to a team that's loaded up, ready to go, that's been underperforming. And
Falcons.
Yeah, I mean, I can see where he would see that with the Jets, though. Aaron Rodgers has been one of the best quarterbacks this generation. The problem is it's not really this generation; it's last generation. He was one of the
when you're pushing his age, it's not quite feasible to keep going the way he's going.
You got a defense that's got a lot of respect from the league. You got young, good running backs on this team.
Let's say Bryce Hall's.
Yeah, like you got a young good receiver along with an old good receiver. I mean, you got you got weapons, you got everything on here on paper except an offensive line, but that's it's most of the NFL. And I can see where Bill would see that as an attractive piece, though. But I could also, is it just me, or could you see like Aaron Rodgers getting pissed off and shoving a jar of Metamucil down Bill Belichick's throat when he gets mad at him? Like, seriously, like those two.
You need more fiber and mushrooms.
Yeah. It's like, that situation where you put two like really, really cocky and really like demanding of followers, if that makes sense, for lack of a better term. And you put them two in the same room. Because Bill Belichick is not the, what do you think of this kind of guy? Bill Belichick is the point blank, like, this is what I'm telling you to do, you do it. And Aaron Rodgers is used to the same thing as well.
Yeah, so he's the one that's making the calls at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah. So, yeah, I can see the two of them really fighting. I can't see that being a good combo there. So, but again, I'm a little shocked that he didn't see. And again, I'm not even disappointed. We've said from the get-go, we didn't want Bill Belichick as our head coach. We want Vrabel. We want him as a football czar to overlook the organization. But it's like when like you lose out on something you really didn't want because the other part of the scenario just didn't want you. Like, you ever had like a job turn you down and you're like, I don't really want that job, but I'm kind of pissed off they didn't want me. Like that. It's kind of like that. It's kind of like that, or like you hear like somebody is not attracted to you that you didn't have any interest in either, but you're just offended that they're not attracted to you. Like that kind of scenario. It's kind of like for me in this scenario,
Listen, I don't want to go take you out on a date, but now because you said you don't want to talk to me, I'm going to eat my Ben and Jenny's.
Yeah, but I'm saying that's the scenario. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't want Bill Belichick as the coach, but I'm a little disappointed he wanted us as a team. Again, I don't think this is a bad scenario. I really don't, guys. Like, I know I'm probably being a little bit of a homer when I say it this way, but again, you got a defense that's before all the injuries wasn't bad, wasn't great, but wasn't bad. With the worst offense in the league, still wasn't bad. You have a great young receiver. You have a great, young running back at that point there. You have a line that was playing better leading up to it. You have a reception machine in Wandale. You had a tight end that was starting to play better before he got hurt in Theo Johnson. You got Daniel Bellinger, who, I'm sorry, if you watch the way he's played the last 2 weeks, it just proves that there's something personal going on with Bellinger, because he has played well the last couple weeks since Theo Johnson's been hurt. Again, not great. I'm never going to say that Bellinger is going to be like this starting all-pro tight end. He's not. But he's a decent depth piece, worst case scenario, and he hasn't been used as that the last 2 years.
No, and he's a good, it's not great, like you said. He's a good blocker, and he's a good receiver. Yep. So he's versatile. It's not just like the guy you're putting out there because you know he could receive. He's not a guy you're putting out there because you know he could block. Yeah. I can do both, which disguises plays, which allows you to do play action plays. It allows you to do, whatever. But it confuses the defense a little bit more than seeing, that tight end, he's going to go run down the field.
Yeah. But like I said, to me, the cover is not bare, guys. You need to throw in the fact that you get the first overall pick in the draft potentially. This should be a spot that people would want to go to. I'm sorry. It really is. This should not be a spot people are like, I don't know if I want to go to the Giants. You'd be expected to lose in the beginning. Point blank. You'd be expected to lose in the beginning. You'd be expected to develop a quarterback. That's your main thing. So, to me, like I said, not a bad spot at all.
If you like that clip, then you will love the full episodes too. Find us on your favorite podcast app and look for us on all your favorite social media platforms.
Thanks so much.
Please, I'm begging you. Please.